Welcome to episode 5 of AFC Fylde, Still We Rise. I'm Charlie, this is Football Manager 2020, and today is a monumentous day for the series. The National League season gets underway. In our usual agenda item, I just want to correct a mistake from the previous episode. Not a mistake per se, but I did mention I was going to check which Football Manager game Kyanite did his Blackburn Rovers series on. It was indeed Football Manager 2017, which seems like a long time ago, but in actual fact I think I discovered it a year after it had first been released, so it feels a bit more recent to me. From this screen, as we can see, the board are happy with the positive atmosphere in the changing room, but unsettled at my lack of support. Essentially, I'm Brian Clough at Leeds. The players are all having a great time, they get on fantastically well, and I've arrived and they are not impressed. But it's up to me to improve that. In the 5 days of game time since we played AFC Blackpool in a friendly at the Mechanics, and won our second game in succession by a score of 6-0. One thing that I have discovered is that David Platt and Wes Brown are two new coaches who are here on non-contract terms, which I think means we're not paying them. They are clearly being paid elsewhere as undercover agents sent by our rivals. Both Luke Burke and Jamie Proctor, two fairly important players, have suffered twisted knees in training sessions. I don't know exactly what's happening on the training pitch, but I can guarantee you it isn't positive. I mean, chances are Wes Brown's got in for a few late lunges, as he did at the end of his playing career. Now, generally, I don't play injured lads in the starting 11. Whoever they are. Even though both are considered capable by our medical staff, such as they are here at Mill Farm, I've seen it happen too many times where they get targeted, hard tacklings on tight marking. They pick up another knock and are out for an extended length of time, longer than originally seen. As a result, both are on the bench, with young Russell Knowles, the lad we snapped up from the academy, starting at right back, and Danny Philliskirk will take up position up front as an attacking forward with an attack setting. Lewis Montrose, as you can see, is recovering nicely from his broken foot. He's going to be out for another 3 to 6 weeks, but has begun the rehabilitation phase. That is overwhelmingly positive news. Despite, of course, in real life, Montrose has decided to leave Fylde. He's heading to Kidderminster for next season. Now, I don't know how well we're going to do in our first league game of the season. But whatever happens, I want you to know that I'll be crossing my fingers throughout. In real life, Fylde opened the season with a 2-1 loss away at Aldershot Town. And in the corresponding fixture against Chesterfield, away at the Proact Stadium, Fylde drew 1-1, with Nick Horton cancelling out an opener from Jonathan Smith. Well, we can't put it off any longer. Let's head to Chesterfield. As you can see, Eastleigh have begun the season with the early win. They kicked off at 12:15 and they've got a 4-2 victory at home against Woking. Well done, Eastleigh. I should say I did meet quite a few Eastleigh fans when they came to Mill Farm, and they were all fairly nice. There's only one set of fans that I didn't appreciate at Mill Farm this season, and we'll get to those as the season progresses. But it wasn't Chorley or Stockport. We've got Chesterfield playing a 4-2-3-1, which looks quite solid, and I'm just a little bit worried about the space between Williams and Taylor, Kozolo and our young man Russell Knowles for Chesterfield getting down the flanks. So far this pre-season, they have not responded to one team talk opening the game with any sort of green. So let's see if Kenny can give them the morale boost. The players had no particular reaction. Of course you didn't. There are instructions set for 8 Chesterfield players. We sort of leave these in the hands of Kenny McKenna. You know, he does have a lot more qualifications than I do, studying for his new one. So we shall let him decide that. Before we begin, we have our traditional demand more shout. And I'm just going to check my settings. We are on key highlights. So let's just change that. Let's go extended to have some action. And then let's speed up the game between highlights. Camera is director, replays behind the goals. And in terms of what we're seeing, we don't want to see missed penalties on a replay. Disallowed goals, I would like to see again. And let's play. I usually put my cursor in the side of the screen we're attacking, but it's always difficult to know exactly where it should go when we start without the kickoff. That is a good ball won. Let's see what Cal Jamieson can do from the back. He sort of plays it upfield, but it's come back directly to his feet. Let's keep pressing here, boys. Kozolo with the cross, and Philliskirk sees his effort tipped over. Let's see what we can do from one of our corners. This time Coddington. Fantastic name for a goalkeeper. I do like Mandeville as well on the right for Chesterfield. Here we are with our second attack of the game. And Kozolo's won it there. Fantastic. He deserved a goal at the end of it. I can't argue with that. In pre-season, scored a couple of really good goals. Let's hope that he can translate that into some form in the league. And here's Philliskirk in behind. He's offside. Of course he is. This is the difference between playing an attacking forward and the target man, although Mandeville looks like he's taken a bit of a knock. Let's see if we can capitalise on that. Bradders with a long range. That's exactly what we need from Dan Bradley from midfield, getting forward and supplementing the attack. He is on a box-to-box setting alongside Tom Walker, who is an advanced playmaker. So we'll look for Bradders to get up and down the pitch, Walker to get on the ball and start distributing it, especially into those wide positions where, have you seen, Kozolo has had some success, which makes me wonder about making a little bit of a shift in our approach. Let's focus play down the right where we're getting some success. And confirm changes. Let's go. I joined at the time when, well played Russell Knowles. He is the youngster we plucked from the under-18s team. He's only a young lad. And he's getting his first taste of league football. Just 16 years old. Fresh-faced. Only a one-star potential. But who knows, with the types of coaching we've got from David Platt, who had a glittering playing career, who knows whether anything can rub off. Hopefully something from Platt and not Wes Brown does on him. But here we've got Chesterfield on the attack with a corner, as we receive word that Wrexham are leading at Stockport. Rowley has picked up the first caution of the game, and Mandeville with the strike there. He looks to have nicely recovered from whatever knock he had earlier. In terms of fitness, it seems very even, and Mandeville appears to be on set-piece duty for Chesterfield. For us, we have quite a variety of players. I did notice that in pre-season Andy Taylor was taking a lot of our free kicks. That's possibly something that I've set up. Who knows? Let's see what Walker can do from our corner. It's on our head. That's what we want. Hopefully the likes of Carl Jameson can transfer that form from pre-season. While his defending hasn't been brilliant, I mean, it's been quite Wes Brown-esque, if we're honest. He has, however, managed to get a couple of goals, and there is Kozolo with another effort on target that Coddington has to turn behind. Let's see if Walker can do any better this time. First man, I mean, you should be shot for that. And I think Russell Knowles will pick up a booking. He probably had to take that one. Well played, young man. If in doubt, take the booking. Half time at 0-0. Some positive feedback. Carl Jameson has been impressed at breaking to the final third. But Neil Byrne has both won and lost possession more than any other player on his team. A tale of two defenders. Shall we encourage the players, as Kenny suggests? No reaction whatsoever. I mean, they are listening keenly, the most of them, so that's a start. We won't make any changes until around the hour mark. Let's give them a chance. We'll also hit our demand more shout, which is something that I picked up from Kyan, which I can't seem to get rid of now. That's just sticking. But in terms of average rating, it's very even. If anything, I would say we're probably shading it slightly. But while we've had the most shots, no clear-cut chances for either side just yet. Boreham Wood are 2-0 up against Chorley. Tismanga, was he on the top scorer predicted list? I've got a feeling that he was. And here we are, throw-in time. Let's get that ball in the box where it belongs. Let's get a strike on target, shall we? Unfortunately, Phyllis Kirk offside. But we're getting in good areas. And as we're on the hour, let's bring on those two lads who were injured to start the game. Luke Burt comes on. Proctor comes on. But we are going to shift him back to his usual target man role. You're staying on your attack setting, are you? No. We'll go in support. It's at this point I realise that I really should be pausing the game while I make these changes. Bromley are now 3-1 up at FC Halifax. And this is the period of the game where substitutions are made for both sides. It'll mean that there is just a little bit of disruption. Byrne with the attempted cross. I mean, he is not the player that you want to see in that position, really. But nor do we want to give away a free kick at the edge of our own box. The last thing we want to do is keep picking up the yellow tickets and have problems. Taylor has now been the recipient of a knock as we look at Notts County 4-0 up against title rivals Yeovil. We'll bring on Whitmore, but I think we'll just move Jameson across with his left foot. This is the position he plays in real life, so let's hope that he can do a job for us. And we've been given a penalty. Oh, this is wonderful. That's it. Stick it away, son. He sticks it away. Jamie Proctor on as a substitute. Fantastic start to the season for you, young man. Right in the corner. This is what we want. Sent the goalkeeper Coddington the wrong way. And unfortunately, it looks like Jordan Williams, in winning that penalty, has taken a bit of a knock. The problem is, we've run out of subs, my friend. Jordan, you're going to have to stick it out, son. That's it. Win the ball back. Let's get it forward. There's Jordan. You're not that injured. And Kozlov shoots just wide. He might need to have a bit of a look at not shooting from distance, perhaps. There's a setting that we can play about with. Nope. Bradders picks up the yellow ticket. And this is the problem I have with these players. They seem to give away the ball quite a lot. And Mandeville is offside. Thank you, football gods. Yeah, he's a distance away there, isn't he? Well caught off by our new central defensive partnership, Byrne and Whitmore. Hopefully Cal Jameson wasn't backing in too much there. Chesterfield have gone 2 of 3 at the back with 2 wing backs. But all we need to do is just see this one out and keep the ball at the other end of the pitch. Win it back, lads. There we go. Well done. Crowsdale firmly onto the ball. There's Gordon through. Another offside. That's exactly what we need at this stage. Slow things down. Let's take our time and not throw away what is going to be 3 points to open the season. Have I just spoke too soon? Oh, I spoke too soon. Well played, Burke. Luke Burke getting a tackle in from behind. You've got to time those right, or that is a second penalty of the game. And we're counting down less than 60 seconds. And it's a great save by Montgomery, even though Smith was offside. He wasn't to know that. A clean sheet would do me fine. That's it. Keep hold of the ball. Safe areas. And we have got our win. Our opening day win. Jack Cole at Sky Sports. In your face, my friend. We have begun with a decent away performance. Let's not say that it was brilliant. Tom Walker picks up man of the match with a 6.9 rating. Not even breaking a 7. In fact, nobody did from either side. Perhaps speaking to the fact that it was a bit of a poor game. Even possession, 51 to 49. Only the one clear-cut chance. I assume that was a penalty. But we did lead the game in shots. Food for thought for us to really think about. In terms of a team talk, yes, I agree with you, Ken. A sea of green. Well done. And we'll see what that has done to the league table. I do like to have a look at the other results. Barnet were favourites to go up. Chorley lose at Boreham Wood. Notts County 4-0 against Yeovil. That is going to dent some confidence. Stockport lose to Wrexham 3-0. But the game of the day must have been Solihull Moors 4, Aldershot Town 4. Oh no, according to the competition review, the best viewing was Eastleigh's game. I can't deny them that. I do like Eastleigh. When they came to visit Mill Farm, their fans were fantastic. There's only one team that I really didn't like because of their fans this season. We'll get onto that as the season progresses. But I can tell you, it was not Chorley and it was not Stockport. But it's always good to see our rivals for the title, the likes of Yeovil, down at the foot of the league. So that is all for today. That is episode 5 in the books. Our next episode, I'd like it to be our first home game. We welcome Notts County, of course we do. Notts County, who just overcome fellow title favourites Yeovil 4-0. Well, let's see what sort of fight we can put up there. They do have a couple of players who are doubtful. There's always a chance. Thank you very much for joining us today, and we'll be back with episode 6, where we will feature AFC Fylde versus Notts County at Mill Farm.